Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, we are going to answer the question that nobody asked. What do I take along when I go on an off-road trip? Well, I'm going to show you. Hey everybody, I was just editing this video and I wanted to add something that I forgot. The whole inspiration for this video was from a YouTube channel called Overlanding Allegiance. It's a really great channel, and I've never met the guy personally, but I've communicated with him over social media several times. He seems like a really great guy. He has amazing videos. He recently did a packing video before he went on a really long trip around the country, and it inspired me to make this video. So I just wanted to give credit where credit is due, and you should really go over and check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. So with that said, back to the video. I've done a video about this before, but we'll do a little bit of an updated one. So I have everything laid out here. You know, anybody who's ever been in the military will understand what a sea bag layout is. So we're gonna kind of just go through this. I'm not gonna take stuff out, but this is my small hand tools bin. It's in a decked box from when I used to have my deck, so it's got that gasket on there, so it's nice and sealed. And then this is my trail repair kit. It has a lot of stuff if something breaks. I put this kit together after I took a trail repair class with Off-Road Consulting, so it's in the same style box, just a different lid. This is my 3/8 Tecton socket kit. It has everything from 6 to 24 and 1/4 inch to 1 inch, all 3/8 drive with a breaker bar. It came in a kit, really nice. And then I just have some random, I got a big ass wrench because I needed one time and I didn't have it. Pry bar, I got a couple rolls with some random wrench sizes in it. I have an Allen wrench socket set just to make life a little bit easier. I have, this bucket has some hand cleaner, brake fluid, hydraulic fluid for my PSC, a little bit of engine oil, some nut buster spray, some silicone, some trail toilet paper, paper towels, glass cleaner, stuff like that. A power inverter that I've never used, but maybe someday. A whole stack of rag towels to clean up if I get muddy on the inside of an Atlas, just in case. And a poncho for the same reason, just in case. I have a Gore-Tex rain jacket, a tarp, not exactly sure what size, but it's big enough. 2 folding chairs, they're pretty comfortable if you want to stop at the side of the trail and have lunch or wait for someone to come and fix you because you're broke. And I have one of my Roam boxes. Now the thing with Roam boxes, I think the idea for them is great. They're really bulky, and no matter how big they look, they just don't seem to hold enough. I don't know if it's a design or what. So I'm going to put a lot of this random small stuff in there, and I'll show you all that when I get done. And then this is crap collector, as I lovingly call it. It goes on the back of my passenger seat. It's got Molly on it. I'll show you that when it's all set up. Pretty much I like to do this just so I can go over my checklist, make sure I have everything. Have my amber light covers because I might actually get to go out in a dusty evening environment, so I might actually get to use them. This is a bag of bolts. I had bought an upgraded bolt kit years ago off of a website. Never swapped them out, so I'm like, you know what? Now I got a bag of bolts. So there it is. I got my high lift jack, my Factor 55 recovery gear bag, a snatch strap and a snatch rope, just random bolts of things that I've taken off and hopefully don't ever need them, but I got them just in case. 2 GMRS handhelds for, you know, when you got to get out and maybe guide somebody or whatnot. Branch saw, which I've used way more than I thought I ever would. And I have some recovery boards and the lanyards that I made for the recovery boards. And if you don't know why you need lanyards for recovery boards, you need to check out Off-Road Consulting. They'll show you. I have some of my heavy duty soft shackles. I just picked this one up at Harbor Freight. This one here is Factor 55. This one's from Harbor Freight. I'm going to give it a try. I don't use them that often, so I figure as a secondary it'll be fine. And then I picked up another snatch block, and this is my tire gauge. So this is pretty much everything I plan on bringing with me as far as off-road gear goes. And I'll be back in just a little bit to show you how I fit all of it in there. So one of the first things I like to do is put in my Factor 55 recovery point into my hitch. It gives you a nice recovery point, plus, you know, a little bit of taking the brunt when you're underneath. And then I got this Factor 55 pin that goes in it, and then it goes in just like a trailer hitch. So there it is, all installed. Nothing too impressive, but it's one of those things where I tend to forget to do it until I'm on the trail. So she's all ready to go now. Now we're gonna load the recovery gear. So let's do that. I like to put this in the front seat because I don't want it to be somewhere where it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get to if I need it. So we'll put that there. And I get my snatch strap. Hey Luna, you go girl. Yeah. She's supervising today. And then pretty much if I need it, it's right there. And I like to put my soft shackles. I like to leave those out to where if I need them, they're easy to get to. Some other parts of my recovery gear. Gloves, very important. I keep two pair. Well, I keep a lot of pair, but two pair that I can really access. And my winch controller. Keep my winch controller here. And I got a pair of work gloves right here. And they have a nice leather palm on them, so that way if I need it, I don't have to go looking for it. So the next thing we're gonna do is load this big box. And the reason I have those 2x4s is because since I put this strap in here, that box would hit that mounting point. So I got those 2x4s to put in the grooves to raise it up enough to where it won't hit it. I'll show you here in a minute. Alright, just so you can see what I'm talking about, that hook right there, I have to leave this box offset because if I don't, it's going to hit this rib on the box right here. This big bastard's in there. Let's see if I can even open it. Of course not. Well, time to get even more creative. So it's time for a little bit of adapt and overcome. Even putting my 2x4s up on its edge, it still wasn't enough for the lid to open properly. So I came up with a solution, I think. So we're gonna try it. I have these 1x that I keep my jack stands under so the rust doesn't get on the floor. Gonna run a couple nails in here. It should give it enough height to where it'll clear. So we'll find out here in a minute. Okay, I think we came up with a solution. It is definitely not sexy, but if it works, that's all I care about. I think that's what my wife says about me, but either way, let's go see what happens. All right, third time's maybe gonna be a charm. As you can see, kind of have that inverted T going on there. And let's see if it'll clear. Yeah, good enough. This should work, so we'll go ahead and start loading it and see what happens. All right, so I'm up in the truck now. We have the spare bolts and screws and stuff. Gonna start Tetrising this stuff in and see how it goes. Well, that fit a whole lot more than I thought it was going to, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's get everything else put in. All right, so in here, again, I'm sorry about my voice. I guess I'm just whatever. I have my jumper pack, my tire repair kit, my air inflator tools, my lug nut tools, and my second pair of gloves. I'm gonna go ahead and put my branch saw in here. I'm hoping I'm not gonna need it. Normally, actually, you know what? I'll put it right here. We'll go ahead and put it right there, because never fails, if I put it somewhere where it's not easily accessible, I need it. So, got a loop rope in there. All right, and my fire extinguisher. Why do I keep a fire extinguisher under there? Because when I'm doors off, with the roof off, I still bring it with me, out of sight, out of mind. And if I always make sure this is not blocked or nothing sitting on top of it, to where if I need to get into it fast, boom, it's there. So that's why. So we got these toolboxes left, some chairs, a high lift, traction boards, and my crap collector. So let's get those on next. Now we're gonna get the high lift jack put away. I wrap it in a towel just to keep it from making a whole lot of noise on the trail. So I'll get that wrapped up and tied down and show you what it looks like. So this is a great opportunity to show, excuse me, to show you why I love my goose gear setup with my tie down points. Because I need this tie down point over there. So the cool thing is, get out my Allen wrench, undo it. I got these tie down points on Amazon, and I got the hardware on Amazon as well, stainless steel. But the Goose Gear brand I didn't like, because it's like an L bracket kind of thing, to where the tie downs always stick straight up, and I don't like that. And this way, when you don't need them, they're nice and flat and out of the way. So just that quick, I moved it. Now I'm going to use 2 of my adjustable bungee cords to strap it down. The thing I really like about these bungees, I got a ways to go before I get to the hook. So you just pull on it, nice and tight. So that's one. I just got to put one over here now. So we're all strapped down now. Trying to shake it, it doesn't move. She's tight. All right, on to the next. All right, we're gonna put the chairs in there, and I'm gonna use this thing. It's called a loop rope. I absolutely love this thing. It's very versatile. It's just awesome. Take my word for it. If you can get your hands on one, or 2 or 3 or 4, I recommend it. Loop rope. I'll show you how I use it. All right, so we have our chairs in here. Again, I'm yanking on them hard on purpose. Loop rope, I started here, ran it through this, went over there, behind, back around, and just tied it off to this center. To where, I don't know if we're gonna use them or not, but I got them. And again, we still have all this room, because I'm still gonna have to bring clothes and food and other things. So I wanna make sure I still have space available. So now we gotta load the toolboxes. So we're gonna try something new this time. I'm gonna put these up on the spare. They're weatherproof boxes. I don't know if it's a good idea. We'll look at it after I strap it down, because I plan on running the straps through these handles, which will keep downward pressure on it. They're on the tire, they shouldn't slide. Still gotta strap this down, but I did get the recovery boards installed on top of the jack, in front of the chairs, with another one of my favorite loop ropes hooked off to those mounting points that the seats normally would go to. So we're all set back here. Now it's just a matter of getting all this stuff strapped down, which I have to go feed dogs now and walk them, so I'll be back in a little bit. Well, after giving it some thought while I was walking my dogs, I've decided not to put these boxes back here, because I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the greatest of ideas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in here. So I think I'm gonna like this a lot better. Got this tied down. It's not going anywhere. The only thing left in here is my jack, but it's not like I need it in an emergency like a fire extinguisher, so I'm sure I'll have to open these at least, you know, a couple times. But, you know, I got a ratchet strap. I moved some tie down points. They were up there, and then I just moved them. So the only thing left to do now is put on the crap collector. So let's do that. Okay, so we have it installed, but in here I keep my tire deflators. Here's my tire gauge, first aid kit, trash bags for the trail, Jeep kit, because whatever. And then these two don't really have a lot in them, but that could always change depending on my needs. So that's the back pretty much set up. I'll go around the other side so you can see it. So everything that's mounted over here, my hope is always that I'm not going to need any of it, but if I do, it's there. And we still have room for my suitcase and stuff like that for the trip out there. I have my tie down points that I need to put onto the rail. I got out 4. Well, I don't think I'm going to need all 4, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. Now we're going to go ahead and strap down this big freaking Roam box, and I'm using my Rhino USA tie downs. I love these things. I got them for my son for a birthday present years ago, and I love them. So we'll hook that in there. If you ever notice these indentions, it's for the strap to kind of go on there to where it has, you know, it's not a sharp edge. You can also run them in the box to where you can open and close it. You don't have to unstrap it, but it's not really high enough, so I want downward pressure on it. I'll be back in just a second. All right, well, after much deliberation and a lot of overthinking, I changed my plan altogether. We ended up going with the factory tie down points because these mounts are too close to that height and it wasn't giving it enough downward pressure. I was afraid it would slide around, so this is what I ended up with. These tie down points on the Gladiators are great. And the cool thing is, when I had my decked, you could also use these holes on the top, and I use those a lot. You can relocate these tie downs up to these holes. They're already threaded for it from the factory. So that's what I went with, and that's it. We're all packed with the off-road stuff anyway, and the only thing left to do is clothes and food and stuff, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So hopefully the next time I see you, we'll be in Windrock, or at least on the way. I might do a little bit of a recording on the way. I don't know if people actually want to see that or not. I don't know. I always get a kick out of it watching people do their trips, you know, gas station stops and whatnot, but I'll see. But until then, go back and watch a lot of our videos. We have all kinds of off-road videos. We have cooking videos. We have DIYs. I've put everything in playlists, so you can just start at the top, hit play, and it'll just go from one video to the next. If you like the channel and with the content that we have, please leave a comment, like the video, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'll really help out. We're up to 339 subscribers at the recording of this video, so we're doing pretty good, and I appreciate it. So until next time, we'll see you.